Okay, so let's just get right into this one. This one's going to be pretty short. So at the start of my war, my officer asked if I could rank 5 my human torch. I had him at rank 3, and I had 10 science catalysts, which is just enough to bring him from rank 3 up to rank 5. So then I go to get some ISO, and I get 2 new champions, neither of which are science, and I had no science crystals anywhere, so I had to level them up completely on off-school, or off-class stuff, which was just a pain, but it's what you do for the Alliance. It was an easy enough rank up. I've kind of always wanted to have my second torch ranked up just in case, but I never did it because I didn't need him. But today was a good excuse. I needed a torch pre-fight on my 6-star for a different fight to give someone, and then I needed this torch pre-fight for this Mephisto. Probably we could have quaked it or something like that, but torch is obviously just going to be a lot faster, therefore a lot safer for a fight like this. Plus, he's a lot more fun than having to use Quake for my 100th time this season. But because of the heal block debuff, long distance relationship, and insult to injury, I assume that's why my officer didn't assign me Quake, just in case if the debuffs made it so I ended up not evading, which I'm not exactly sure how that would work. But if you'll notice, especially if I let any of the weaknesses build up, my parries start to fail a lot. But it's a Mephisto with Torch. I'm 10 hits in, and I have 20 smolders. And he's at half health, 10 hits in. So I just have to get off like 2 more combos at most, and he'll basically die. I do need the 2 combos because of his regen at 30%. And after this fight, I just have 2 Quake fights in Section 2, I believe is what it is. It was a very, very short war for me, which I'm kind of fine with. This war we ended up getting on Thanksgiving for me, and most of my BG is in like South America and a couple in like Europe, so they don't really celebrate that holiday there, so it kind of worked out for me having a lighter war. So I'm up against that Penny again, so when my officer asked me this, I was like, oh shoot, like am I going to be okay doing this? So I put on Indestructible, I do a lot of duels, and 2 hits right off the bat. In the duels, I even realized that happens. It's that really big shot she puts out with her 2 hands for the web ends up pushing you really far back, so you can't really get off a parry in the middle of the screen. I knew it, and I still went for the parry like an idiot. I should have just gone back, it wouldn't have triggered Dex. But I got my Dex up while she had concussion, turning off Spite, and now I just have to Quake. And my officer saw apparently one of my war videos, and he didn't like the way I was boosting, so he wanted me to boost bigger. So this is right before Black Friday, so I ended up spending 1,000 units on boosts to last me for a couple wars so I can use some bigger boosts and stuff. So hopefully that helps my deaths a little bit. I feel like my deaths should stay down. I feel like I've gotten into a bit better of a rhythm in the second half of the season. That first week and a bit was just like weird. But I took those couple hits, so I'm just going to heal up a little bit. I've got a Cosmic Ghost Rider here, but I don't have any Doom or anything, and I'm not using a pre-fight on a Cosmic Ghost Rider. That'd be so stupid. So I just assumed it was a Quake fight because, well, it's obviously a Quake fight. I'm not going to torch this without a pre-fight. Even with a pre-fight, that'd be weird. So I'll give you a little bit of a... Actually, I'll give you a rundown of what happens at the end of this war. So I was at my Thanksgiving dinner with my family, and I feel a little text come in. I check it, and it's like, hey, can you get on and take your Quake fights right now? But I'm having a Thanksgiving dinner, so it's a little bit sticky. My phone's at like 15% because I was on my phone a lot, just because I wasn't like too excited. And so like trying to figure it out. So the person who was gonna take a mini boss, which was an Ebony Maw on the brute force mini boss, I was placing my torch pre-fight for him, but he went to sleep as he's in Europe. I was like, shoot, sorry, but he told me he wanted me to take it. And so I go into my BG chat, and I'm like, hey, wait, did he mention anything in here about this? And they're like, no. So I showed them the text, like, oh, okay, I guess he wants you to take it. It was the officer who told me that. And so I'm in my WhatsApp chat, I come back, and the fight was gone. Someone else had took it already. So, and then that was the score. If you notice, it's 3-3. We lost off of wartime, which is just it's just awful. It's the second time it's happened in 2 seasons I've been here. Last time was made in Brazil, it happened to us, and now it's against them. They played pretty well this war, but in some chats I'm in, after the war, some people were really suspect of them, because in their previous war, the day before, they got 10 deaths against a much worse defense than ours. and then they put up 3 against us, and they cut off another they cut off like over 1,000 seconds, which is a massive amount to drop. They were on that day, from what I heard, they were like one of the faster alliances out there, and like they're not like the biggest alliance or anything. So some people were saying it's a little bit weird. I'm not really too sure. I'm not here to start drama over any of that, but it is what it is. I guess we'll see at the end of the season if they get docked. If they don't, good for them. They played very well this war then. You know, you can only hope for the best for them if they aren't doing anything weird. But I'm not here to say they are or aren't. I hope they have a good rest of the season, and I hope everyone had a good Black Friday weekend and Thanksgiving weekend if you're in America specifically. I'll be seeing you guys again shortly, as this was a pretty short video. Hopefully I'll get out like 2 or something tomorrow. See you then.